Hey guys, welcome back to reading Reddit questions. Today we're looking at the subreddit Am I the Asshole because people seem to really like these. I don't always do these because it's kind of hard to find specific ones for like alternative fashion or emo or music related ones, which I usually do. Those are a little bit more difficult to find, so these ones are just going to be more generic, general ones that I found on the recent page. I hope they're still going to be interesting. I didn't choose any like wedding drama related ones. There are way too many of those out there. Two of these are YouTube related, which is one of my interests. Hopefully your guys is too. So let's just jump right into it. This one says, am I the asshole for telling on my sister to her husband about her job? I, female 30, have a younger sister, Lexi, female 19, that has 3 daughters, 2, 6 months, 6 months. My sister is a content creator on the internet. She has about 160k followers on Instagram and 40k on TikTok. My sister documents my niece's lives daily in vlogs, and I used to not be bothered by it, but the more her followers grew, the more of an ego my sister grew, and her self-awareness just went out the window. But Friday was when I kind of just saw a different side to her. We went out to lunch, and off the bat, she was neglecting my nieces, like just letting them cry in public because she was busy trying to tape for her vlog, was not paying attention to anything I was saying, was too busy editing her videos, photos, and what really disturbed me was the oldest niece, who was 2 years old, she was trying to tape her eating, and my niece kept saying to her, "Mommy, no picture, Mommy, no picture," to the point my niece had to cry for her to stop. I asked Lexi why does she still record them when they're not in the mood. She looks at me and laughs and says, OMG, they're never in the mood. You gotta take what you can get. Then I press her, tell her, like, your kids have boundaries. It's your job to acknowledge them, not push them. And she shuts me down and says, I know what I'm doing. Don't mother me. The sponsorships will pay for their college and they'll thank me when they're older. I was really upset leaving that lunch, thinking my sister has lost herself with the social media content creating. And I reached out to my brother-in-law, Lexi's husband, about what I saw, and that I'm worried about the girls being on the internet at all times, and I recounted to him the lunch we had. I also urged him to check on the audience analytics. He told me thank you and that he will look into everything of what I told him and he will get back to me. My sister called me upset, screaming at me because my brother-in-law did indeed look at the content and the audience analytics and told my sister she needs to delete a lot of her videos and photos and pull back on showing the girls on the internet. She then says I ruined her life and that I'm jealous of her, and that's why I told. I didn't even get a word out and she hung up on me. She's not taking my phone calls or texts, and I feel bad and a bit of an asshole for overstepping. So am I the asshole? So first of all, she's 19 and she has a daughter that's 2. So she gave birth when she was 17, which is obviously extremely young. I would say that's insane, but I mean, it happens every day. She's bound to be a little bit immature still at 19, and I can definitely tell with the way she reacted to you that she is very, very immature. I obviously think this original poster is not the asshole, and I don't know if I've said this before, I don't know if it's really come up, but I am so against family channels in general. I think it's pretty much always exploitative, and a kid can't consent to being on camera at that age because they don't know the implications of that. They don't really understand what's going on. They're just doing like what their parents are telling them to do, and I feel like there's just no way that could ever be a good dynamic. I don't know, I mean, maybe when they're a baby because, you know, what, all babies look the same, but when they get like a little bit more recognizable and like more of a personality and it becomes more about them rather than like taking care of somebody and like a caretaking vlog type of thing, if that makes sense, I think that's when it becomes problematic, and it really just like shouldn't be a thing at all, in my opinion. I would have done the same thing that this poster did. That is so upsetting to see that unfold in person in front of you, especially when it's your sister. And in this case, it's even worse because the 2-year-old was expressing that she didn't want to be filmed. And not even to mention the whole channel analytics thing, like who is watching these videos. When you're putting someone on the internet, whether it's yourself or your friends or your child or whatever, you are exposing them to everything, especially if your channel is popular. You're exposing them to every type of person. There might be a lot of people with completely innocent intentions that like your content, but there's gonna be some people that are like weird and creepy. And that's just the facts of the internet. And the fact that you're okay with that as a mother to these like really young kids is weird. Like, it's one thing to put yourself, a full adult who like fully understands what the internet is like. Sorry if I keep looking down. I'm like so distracted. There's so many like beautiful rocks out here. Can you see that? There's so many of them on the ground. That's why I'm looking down for this whole video. I'm so sorry. Back to what I was saying. This girl needs to get her priorities straight. She's using the defense that this whole thing is going to pay for their college in the future, but you can't really, I don't know. I don't think you can really make that decision for them. Like, you can't use that as a defense because they might look back one day and be like, yeah, my college is paid for, but my entire life is online without my consent. I would trade that any day, you know? Okay, this one's sort of similar. Am I the asshole for acting crazy and spouting conspiracy theories to get my sister to stop including me in her videos? My 19 male sister, 21 female, is a social media chef on TikTok and YouTube. I still live with my parents while going to college, while sis lives with some friends about 10-minute drive away. Even though she doesn't live here, she comes over 2 to 3 times a week to film for hours in my parents' kitchen. She will make lunch and dinner for my parents and me, but she insists that she includes us in her videos. I'm not comfortable with this for a variety of reasons, one of these being her fans have made comments about me that I find highly inappropriate and don't like. How old are they? They're 19. Okay, valid. I've asked my sister multiple times to please edit me out of her videos or not film me at all. She's told me multiple times she would stop, but still includes me in her videos and goes out of her way to still try to film me. My parents have also told her to stop, but they don't see any harm in what she's doing, so they have taken a passive role in this. A few months ago, a graphic designer friend of mine offered to make me some not safe for YouTube shirt designs for me to order from her, and I did. It gave me the idea to start acting a bit unhinged and inappropriate for the platform. I'm not trying to offend. Most of what I'm doing is conspiracy theory shitposting. My parents even find it entertaining, and my father has joined in as well, as he is also a bit tired of being filmed. Apparently earlier this week, I got my sister's account suspended. One of the shirts I made has a picture of Ted Kaczynski with the word hero under it, and when she was streaming Monday, she turned the camera on me to ask me a question. I told her to stop, and she continued. While wearing the shirt, I said, "Pay attention, people. COVID was created to hide the truth of 9/11. Oh my god. Should I be worried about even reading this out loud? Okay, my sister got mad and shooed me away despite coming to me and trying to film me, and just continued to be annoying in the kitchen. Last night she called my parents up mad because her streaming account got suspended because of me. She also got multiple videos of me wearing the same shirt flagged, putting her YouTube account in jeopardy and preventing her from uploading for 14 days. My parents just told her, "We told you so," but I got into an argument with her on the phone. I fully believe she's in the wrong for filming me, but I learned that this might completely destroy what she's been building 2 years now. Despite the filming me issue, I'm actually now wondering if I'm ruining her chance at this being her career. Makes me a giant asshole. No, I don't think so. I think that that's really funny. First of all, again, like, if you don't consent to being on camera, you don't. As someone who makes videos, I cannot imagine including someone who had repeatedly said that they didn't want to be in the videos. That's so insane. I wonder what the reason is for her to like insist on that. Maybe the audience really likes the brother for whatever reason, or like seeing his reactions. I don't really see why he needs to be in the videos if the parents are willing to be in them. Like, it's very strange and very annoying. Definitely not the asshole. I was reading through some of the comments on this one, and some people pointed out some things that I didn't even think of, like maybe don't say those things or wear that shirt on the internet because you're tying your own image to all that offensive stuff, and you might not really want to do that. They said instead you should just immediately like start playing a Disney song out loud because Disney's really crazy with copyright. Just pretty much any copyrighted material, or wear a shirt that says "I don't consent to be filmed" or something like that. I think those are safer ideas than like going this crazy, like weird, offensive way. But it's pretty funny that that got her channel suspended. I think she deserves it. She should just listen. I mean, she got what was coming to her. You asked her multiple times not to include you. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this one. Don't film people without their consent. Okay, so this one is interesting. Am I the asshole for accusing my sister of lying about being a lesbian? My sister was always a tomboy, and she made it very clear very young that she was into girls. She didn't even have to come out, as she had been talking about her girl crushes since middle school. She has a really close best friend, Ben, who was always allowed to come over and even sleep at our house because our parents viewed him as just a friend. Meanwhile, I was never allowed to have boys over. Their relationship was always a bit suspicious to me because they were always very close physically, play wrestling with each other and such. She's 19 now, attending the same college as Ben, and they even live together as roommates. She came home last weekend and announced that Ben and her are dating now. Our parents were really surprised, but they didn't say anything. I pulled her aside to ask her what's up. I see two options. One, she's not into Ben, but suddenly decided to use him as a beard and go back in the closet for some mysterious reason. And two, she was always with him, and they had been secretly dating all this time. And she purposefully lied to our parents to be able to spend more time with Ben. She said that she didn't lie, she needed time to figure out her sexuality, and coming to terms with her bisexuality when everyone treated her like a lesbian since she was 8 didn't make it easy for her. She also said that if I have a problem with our parents not letting me have boys over, I need to take it up with them, not her. Then she treated me like shit the whole rest of the weekend. I think asking her what's going on was an absolutely fair question, and her reaction is over the board. But on the other hand, I'm straight and have no clue how it is to grow up openly lesbian, closeted bi. Am I the asshole? So, yes. I think this is a common thing. Like, this is a common mindset that I think a lot of straight people have. The two options you listed are funny. Either she's like using him as a beard, or she was always secretly dating him. Or a secret third option, they were always good friends and it took her a long time to realize she has feelings for him. And now she does, and they're together. That's obviously what happened here. I don't know why that's so difficult to understand. I think, let's see, how old is she? She's 19. Okay, so she's still really young. Like, how do you expect her to have everything about her identity figured out before 19? Sorry, I have a shiny rock again. She's still young, and she still might change her mind again, and you have to be okay with that, because people really don't have it all figured out, especially when it comes to something as personal as sexuality and who you want as a partner. And if you can't understand how someone could be openly lesbian and then later turn out bi, like, imagine if they were openly straight and then they later realized they were bi, right? Like, would you question that? Because that would be weird to question. I definitely know how this girl feels, not the poster, but the sister. My situation is like somewhat similar to this, not exactly, but in the ballpark, and I've definitely got the same like pick a side vibes from people, and I think that sucks. I think a lot of people just don't understand bisexuality, and I'm happy scrolling through these comments that everyone kind of said the exact same thing as me. There's like a really loud plane. I hope you guys can't hear that. Oh my god, it's so loud. I think that this person, the poster, just holds some resentment towards her sister because she wasn't allowed to have boys over ever, whereas her sister, who didn't like boys, supposedly was allowed to have this guy over, and then it turns out she did end up liking guys. So the sister's just resentful because of that. I think that's what's going on, and maybe a little bit ignorant. I don't think she's beyond repair. She's probably also really young. I don't think she said her age, but yeah, I'm gonna assume she's also a teenager, and I think she can learn from this. Yeah, she's not like a terrible asshole person, but she definitely has some ignorance, and she needs to work on that. Okay, I guess that's it. Let me know if you guys want more of these, and let me know if you agreed with my opinions down below. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Sorry I was a little spacey and weird. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.